like, share, subscribe. Shouts out to the Lions Den community. And don't y'all forget to subscribe to the podcast show. Link will be pinned in the top of the chat.
Just name the channel who can bang with us. I'll prove that you are smoking dust. GTV Media is top notch in this game, y'all. You failures only have yourself to blame, y'all. Cricket TV and a weapons make you suckers cry. Why don't you close your channel, crawl into a hole and die? Shout out to those who love our movement, no, we'll never flop until you get your mouth on LDBC. We are the underground outfit, y'all. We built this whole thing by ourselves, no in y'all. Independence up with self-preservation. If you can't take care of self, then how can you build a nation, y'all? Yup, we got that merch for the ladies and yes, we even got that merch for the babies and we got appliances and everything that you will need. We got some banging songs that make anemic haters bleed.
All right, man. So like, share, subscribe. As y'all tap on in, man. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. After you hit the subscribe button, hit that bell. After you hit the bell, you hit the all button. That makes sure y'all get all the updates. Hey, man, if y'all can hear me, press 2 in the comments. Let me get a mic check real quick. And I'm finna get right into this video, man. If y'all can hear me, press 2 in the comments section. Let me get a mic check. And we finna get right into this video, man. I'm finna let y'all know what's going on, bro. Can y'all hear me? Y'all can hear me in the comments? All right, bet. Man, bro, this shit deeper than the Carter, man. This is deeper than the Carter, bro. Bro, so let me go ahead and get to this, man. Diddy name is everywhere, bro. His name is everywhere, dog. And I'm talking about in the middle of everything. His name is coming up. So for you guys who don't know what's going on, Drake on the right-hand side of your screen, he recently dropped a lawsuit last night against UMG, in which people came on and thought that Drake had folded the tents and, you know, he was going to quit and roll over somewhere and go away. Well, that wasn't the case. He dropped that lawsuit because he was coming back with a napalm today. He was coming back with the napalm arm today. You understand what I'm saying? And he filed a federal lawsuit against UMG. Now, I'm going to read UMG's response after I read what's going on now and what's going on and how Diddy is involved in this situation. But now somehow, some way, Sean Diddy Combs' name has come up in this situation of Drake's. And I'm finna tell you guys exactly what's going on because Drake is out here swinging for the fences because Drake is not trying to get Diddy. And what I just saw, and I'm going to share with you guys tonight, unbelievable stuff, man. I actually have the paperwork here, and I'm going to tell you guys what's going on and how Diddy has now came into this whole situation with Drake. Now, without further ado, y'all smash the like button. There is the paperwork right there. Now, on this paperwork right here, as you guys see on y'all screen, it says, Aubrey Drake Graham versus UMG Recording Inc., who's a defendant, and they're requesting a jury trial in this situation, right? Now, I'm going to come back and I'm going to read to you guys what's going on, and I'm going to tell you guys what is going on with Drake in this whole situation, but I'm going to tell you guys right here. I want to fast forward to this part, and there's a couple other parts I want to show you guys. So in this part of the lawsuit right here, Diddy comes up. Drake is fighting this for various reasons. Now, part number 15, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to read this lawsuit. This lawsuit is explosive that Drake dropped with these allegations that Drake dropped. And basically, I want to say this, right? And I'm not talking about UMG. I'm talking about in general. You had a lot of people that was just talking in general about beef between artists, rappers, getting serious. People losing their lives over beefs and things like that go from music to the streets, from the music industry just on wax to, you know what I'm saying, it's boiling over the street beef, and artists are losing their lives. And, allegedly, some of these companies are cashing in on insurance policies on these artists, right? I'm not talking about UMG. Let me make that clear right now, because I don't know their situation, but I'm giving you guys a scope of this thing, right? So you had a lot of artists, a lot of people have been talking about how, these artists are getting signed to these different groups, and then they're mysteriously losing their life. They're beefing with other rap artists, other rappers, and then boom, these guys are mysteriously getting taken out. These are facts. Go back and listen to a lot of the different artists. If you guys haven't noticed, a lot of different rap artists have been dying. They've been getting, taken out in these streets based off of what they've been rhyming in their raps. And I'm talking about big, and I'm talking about small. I'm talking about drill rappers, and I'm talking about guys who's mainstream rappers. I'm talking about underground rappers. You guys have seen this. The rate and rappers losing their lives has, shot up in the air. And so, there's been a lot of words that's been going on behind the scenes, and a lot of whispers that people have been saying about this situation with the companies. But I want to get to this, because this lawsuit, man, bro, I could not believe this. Diddy his name is in this lawsuit with Drake. I'm going to read this part, and then I'm going to go back and read it to you guys so you guys can understand what's in this explosive lawsuit and how Diddy folds up in here. But I want to show you guys this one part right here before I get into this. So it says, number 15, UMG's greed yielded real world consequences. This is in Drake's lawsuit today. As described above, it was just 3 days after UMG originally published the recording of the image that Drake was targeted at his Toronto house by armed intruders at the 2024 equivalent of Pizzagate, right? It says online response was similarly violent and hateful. An avalanche of online hate speech has branded Drake as a sex offender and a pedophile, among other epithets. It says public commentary has repeated the false claims that Drake is a PDF and a sexual abuser, right? On the level of, now let me read this again, because this is going to, bro, this lawsuit is crazy. Let me read that. Let me read that line again. I gotta read that one more time. This is Drake's lawsuit. It says UMG's greed yielded real world consequences, right? And I'm gonna go back and tell y'all what's going on here. Now listen to this right here. It says, as described above, it was just 3 days after UMG originally published the recording and image that Drake was targeted at his Toronto house by armed intruders in the 2024 equivalent of quote unquote Pizzagate, right? The online response, meaning all of you guys in the comments, fans, and all that other stuff, right, was similarly violent and hateful. An avalanche of online hate speech has branded Drake as a sex offender and a PDF, among other epithets. Public commentary has repeated the false claims that Drake is a PDFer and a sexual abuser on the level of Weinstein, Diddy, and Epstein. Boy, this thing getting ready to get crazy. Now, hold on, y'all. It says who listen, y'all, listen. Who traffics CHILDREN, end quote. In blank, 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 right? And harbors convicted sex of, you know what, in his Toronto home. In direct response to UMG's publications, social media users called for the FBI to come at this point and for Drake to be locked up and behind bars. I'm going to tell you something. It was a lot of content creators, a few of them, that was saying this stuff. Don't be surprised if Drake starts going and suing these content creators. A lot of them broke anyways, but the ones that were saying this stuff, I'm trying to tell y'all this. Now watch what I'm telling y'all now. Number 16, right? Now we're going to come back to this. because the Diddy's name is in this thing again. He name dropped Diddy in this lawsuit a few times, but wait, just wait, because there's more, bro. This is crazy. What I'm finna show y'all right here. So let me rewind and go back to this right here. Let me rewind, and I'm gonna read this thing to y'all. This is the most. Hey yo, this is Armageddon right here, bro. This is Armageddon right here, bro. This lawsuit is Armageddon right here. It's all or nothing right here. Because what he put in this lawsuit? Let me go right to page 1. And I'm just gonna show y'all page 1, and I'm gonna read the rest. I ain't gonna put all the pages up there. I'm gonna read the rest. Now y'all listen to this, because how he ties this all together, bro. This is crazy, bro. And they are in for this is gonna be real. This is gonna be real psychological right here and diabolical, because I told y'all this. The one thing you cannot say is, as of right now, there have not been any lawsuits, any legal allegations against Drake. It's just been YouTube talk and fandom talk. You understand what I'm saying? These are all facts, right? So the people that have been doing that, they could be liable for slander as well. But we're gonna get into that later on. Listen to what he put in this lawsuit, y'all. Hey, yo, Drake is going for it all right here. And bro, this when said he's on a crash out, he had to crash out, bro. He don't care. He going for everything. He don't care who it is. He going for it. Read this right here. So it says the plaintiff Aubrey Drake Graham, through his attorneys, brings his complaint against defendant UMG Recordings Inc. Defendant or UMG. Now listen, y'all, because this thing is diabolical. It says right here in the first line, introduction: a single lie can destroy a reputation of integrity, and while it takes years to build a reputation, it can be ruined in 5 minutes. End quote. That's how he starts the lawsuit off. Now watch this, y'all, because Diddy's name come up in this lawsuit a couple times. Let's go now. It says Sir Lucian Grange, Chief Executive Officer at UMG, March 25, 2024, said that. They used his quote. Now watch this. Number 1, in the middle of the night, on May the 7th, 2024, an armed group of assailants drove up to the Toronto house in which Drake and his family resided. Drake was inside. The car stopped in front of the residence, and someone yelled, F-U-C blank Drake. And at least one man with the gat on him began to open and let that blicky go. One of the shots went through the security gate and hit Drake's front door. Another one hit and wounded his security guard, who was also one of Drake's friends. While the car drove away, Drake and others in the house summoned help for the security guard and did everything possible to keep him alive. During nearly 30 minutes it took for the ambulance to arrive, Drake and then it says right here, number 1 at the bottom, throughout references to UMG shall include. Now look what he puts in here. This thing getting crazy. It says references to UMG shall include any UMG employee, affiliate, agent, and anyone working on UMG's behalf. It goes on to say, and I'm going to read it from the second one on, and I'm going to keep going until we get to this. And wait till because I'm going to show y'all what Drake put in the lawsuit. Matter of fact, I'm going to show y'all right now, and then I'm going to come back to it when we get to that part. Bro, Drake posted, this is one of the things he posted in the lawsuit, what they were doing to this dude. This is the type of stuff they were putting up on this dude. He put that in the lawsuit. I'm finna get back to this. This finna get crazy right here, right? So, this page 2 says, right? Now, we're going to get into this. It says, during the nearly 30 minutes it took for the ambulance to arrive, Drake and others labored to keep the man alive by applying pressure to the gunshot wound with towels. Blood was everywhere. After the security guard arrived at the hospital, surgeons worked quickly to remove the bullet, stop the bleeding, and save his life. We're going to talk about UMG's response in a second. We got to get through this first. Because I'm going to tell y'all, Diddy's in this. This is crazy, bro. I could not believe when I was reading this. It says, though it took days for his condition to stabilize, thankfully, the security guard survived. Let's keep going. The very next day, May the 8th, 2024, a different intruder used his bare hands to dig a hole under the security fence surrounding Drake's Toronto house. He managed to dig deep enough to squeeze through and enter Drake's property. Fortunately, Drake's home security guards caught him before he was able to cause any physical harm, although the trespasser managed to yell racist slurs and threats against Drake before being escorted off the property. On May the 9th, 2024, the very next day, another break-in attempt happened. In 2 decades leading up to May of 2024, although Drake was consistently in the public eye, nothing remotely like these events had ever happened to him or his family. But these events were not coincidental. They immediately followed and were proximately caused by UMG's actions leading up to and on May the 4th, 2024. Wait for it, y'all. This shit get deep. UMG is the world's largest, music company. And also the music company that has represented Drake for more than a decade. Yet, on May the 4th, 2024, UMG approved, published, and launched a campaign to create a viral hit out of a rap track that falsely accused Drake of being a PDFer and calls for violent retribution against him. Even though UMG enriched itself and its shareholders by exploiting Drake's music for years and knew that the salacious allegations against Drake were false, UMG chose corporate greed over the safety and well-being of its artists. It goes on. In controversy, UMG saw an opportunity, seized it, and continued to fan the flames even after learning of the incidents of violence on May the 7th and May the 8th, along with the unrelenting vitriol towards Drake that has followed. The song in question is Not Like Us, the recording, quote unquote, written and performed by Kendrick Lamar Duckworth, professionally known as Kendrick Lamar. The recording was intended to convey the specific, unmistakable, and false factual allegation that Drake is a criminal PDFer and to suggest that the public should resort to vigilante justice, vigilant justice in response. Right? Let me read that line again. It says the recording was intended to convey the specific, unmistakable, and false factual allegation that Drake is a criminal PDFer and to suggest that the public should resort to vigilant justice in response. The recording is defamatory because its lyrics, its album image, which they're calling the lawsuit the image, and his music video, the video, all advance the false and malicious narrative that Drake is a PDFer. The lyrics repeatedly accuse Drake of engaging in criminal acts, including calling him a certified PDFer and a predator who needs to be placed on neighborhood watch. The image was designed to reinforce and, in fact, reinforces that accusation by depicting Drake's actual Toronto house covered in icons that are known to be used by law enforcement as well as public safety applications like Citizen to identify CHILD sex offenders, right? Residences online. The video bolsters the same message by, for example, showing images associated with sex trafficking, right? And juxtaposing the game of hopscotch with lyrics accusing Drake of trying to strike a chord and is probably a minor. This lawsuit is not about the artist who created Not Like Us, meaning Kendrick Lamar. It is instead entirely about UMG, the music company that decided to publish, promote, exploit, and monetize allegations that it understood were not only false, but dangerous. It goes on. Diddy's getting ready to come up. Bro, this is crazy. Y'all finna hear this. It says, as UMG knows and has known at all relevant times, the recording, image, and videos allegations are unequivocally false. Drake is not a PDFer. Drake has never engaged in any acts that would require he be placed on neighborhood watch. Drake has never engaged in sexual relations with an minor. Drake has never been charged with or convicted of any criminal acts whatsoever. Notwithstanding its knowledge that the allegations are fabricated, starting in May of 2024, UMG waged an unrelenting campaign to spread the recording, image, and video, together the defamatory material, end quote, as widely as possible. UMG did so because it understood that the recordings, inflammatory, and shocking allegations were a gold mine. Spreading the defamatory material served multiple business purposes for UMG. First, the more people who listened to, streamed, watched, and downloaded the defamatory material, the more money UMG and its executives would make. Second, UMG's Interscope Records, Interscope, owns Lamar's entire back catalog of recorded music. The leadership of Interscope had every incentive to prove it could maximize Lamar's sales after only recently persuading him to enter into his own direct license for a limited recording commitment of new music. Third, in contrast with Lamar's first direct deal, UMG's contract with Drake was nearing fulfillment. Now, this is the part everybody got to listen to because Diddy's getting ready to come up in it. This is crazy. I want y'all to listen to this. Listen to this part where Drake said the lawsuit. Because, see, sometimes y'all got to read the lawsuit before y'all say stuff and understand all sides of the spectrum. Drake, this is what he's saying now. He says, third, in contrast with Lamar's first direct deal, UMG's contract with Drake was nearing fulfillment. Now everybody gonna say, what contract they talking about? Drizzy Drake, that's what they call him. He signed a lucrative, remember this. He signed a unreal contract with UMG. Remember, May the 3rd, 2022. Drake strikes a massive, multifaceted deal with Universal Music Group. One insider described the arrangement, which includes the rapper's publishing interest, as LeBron sized. And then it goes on to say in this article, right there, that one insider describes the arrangement as LeBron sized without putting a number on it. Drake himself has seemingly referenced such a deal in the lyrics to Lemon Pepper Freestyle off his Scary Hours 2 EP, which includes the lyric 360 up front. It all comes full circle, or 360 million. He also alludes to owning masters on The Remorse, the last track of Certified Lover Boy, and Migos Having Our Way. Drap Racks billionaire talk to me different when they see my pay stub from Lucian Grange, right? Name checking the UMG chief executive. So Drake had got the bag, and he said that contract was about to expire. So this is what Drake's talking about. That contract was about to expire. Let me say this again, everybody, right? This is what Drake was talking about right here, right? So he's saying, and I'm gonna keep reading this lawsuit because Diddy's Gary. This is crazy how Diddy comes up in this lawsuit. I'm gonna keep reading this lawsuit because Drake is saying his lawsuit ain't about Kendrick Lamar. Drake is saying that he's alleging that UMG used this opportunity to specifically and intentionally hurt his brand by piggybacking off Kendrick Lamar because they knew his deal was about to go up and they did not want to pay him, that they wanted to lower his value. Let me give you an example. In basketball, if you're up on a contract, if you're getting ready to get up for a new contract and your team really don't want to pay you, the ownership would tell the coach, hey, cut his minutes. Yeah, bench him. Cut his minutes. That way we'll cut his average. That way his value won't be so high. We can get him for cheap. Drake is saying, in other words, that UMG, he's alleging that they brought bots to help push bigger, because see, everybody knows Kendrick Lamar had a hit track. Nobody's denying it. But Drake is saying that what they did was they used 30 million bots, and I'm going to show y'all this, to add on to what the first momentum was to make it that much bigger, to pull everybody else in on the track, right? Which then they would use to tear him down and bring his value all the way down. So when they had to go to the bargaining table again, they could pay him pennies on a dollar, pennies to what he was making before, because he demanded such a high price because of the amount of records and motion he was moving in the game. Now listen to this, because this shit gets real. Diddy's gonna come up in this just now. Listen, this is crazy, bro. I cannot believe when I read this lawsuit, bro. So here it goes right here, right? So it says, right? It says, as UMG knows, right? Right? Oh, it says, excuse me. Let me go ahead and say this right. It says, notwithstanding its knowledge that the allegations are fabricated, starting in May of 2024, UMG waged an unrelenting campaign to spread the recording, image, and video together. They call the defamatory material as widely as possible. UMG did so because it understood that the recordings' inflammatory, shocking, and allegations were a gold mine, right? So then it goes on, and I went to the third one. It says the third reason that Drake says they did this was because, in contrast with Kendrick Lamar's first deal, direct deal, UMG's contract with Drake was nearing its fulfillment. And on the information and belief, UMG anticipated that extending Drake's contract would be costly. By devaluing Drake's music and brand, UMG would gain leverage to force Drake to sign a new deal on the terms more favorable to UMG. UMG's campaign was successful. The recording cloaks cleverly dangerous lyrics behind a catchy beat and an inviting hook, capitalizing on those attributes. UMG used every tool at its disposal to ensure that the world would hear that Drake, quote unquote, like 'em young. The defamatory material has been played billions of times, and its false central message has gone viral via social and legacy media channels and dozens of languages to, at minimum, hundreds of millions of people spanning the globe. It's not just fans of rap music who now believe that Drake is a certified PDFer. The recording has become ambiguous. UMG uses promotional resources and exclusive licensing rights to place the recording on numerous nationally televised events, including, but not limited to, award shows, national political events, and more. But billions of plays and ubiquit, it says it's a billion of plays, and all this was not enough for UMG. Over the course of the last several months, UMG has made significant financial investments and leveraged its professional connections via sophisticated and highly organized publicity campaigns to arrange for the recording to be performed at one of the most significant and viewed cultural events of the year, the Super Bowl. Now, let me stop right here because I'm going to tell y'all something before we go on, because, like I said, let's get ready to bring up Diddy now, because this brings everything into this shit. Think about this right now, y'all. Drake is saying, remember, before everybody knew what happened just recently, right? Everybody was on Jay-Z helmet. The whole internet, let me say this again, the entire internet was cooking Jay-Z. They said, how dare in Louisiana do you bring Kendrick Lamar and put him on the Super Bowl over Lil Wayne in New Orleans? Lil Wayne came out, talked about how he was disappointed. Everybody destroyed Jay-Z for that move. These are all facts. This is documented online. They said Jay-Z, all kind of things. You had mainstream artists going off on Jay-Z for what he did. Some people took sides and said, nah, K-Dot deserved it. He got a hit record. They couldn't deny it. Right? Drake is saying that UMG made sure through their connections that Kendrick Lamar was going to go on the Super Bowl stage and perform this record in front of the world, the entire world, worldwide, where they had a Super Bowl. That's why I told y'all today, Drake is setting up, in my opinion, and I want y'all to listen to this. Drake is setting up that if the NFL, and if it's Fox that has the Super Bowl, because I don't watch NFL football, but the NFL and Fox, if they play those lyrics on the Super Bowl, I guarantee y'all Drake is going to go sue the NFL and Fox. Because Drake is saying what he's saying about him is false, and not only is it false, it's caused violence. And you have to go back and look. This is why you have to go back and look. You have to look at it from both ways. Drake was in a rap battle with Kendrick Lamar. All is fair in a rap battle when y'all going at it. Drake is saying, nah, man, somebody else came in and tried to boost this situation and turn it into something completely different by trying to use this situation to hurt my financial situation with him. And at the same time, it put my life in danger because of all the different things that happened in the aftermath of this. Now, I'm going to tell y'all this, right? Everybody can say sore loser, this, that, and the third. Here's why you have to think about what he's saying. How many rappers have died due to rap beef? How many rappers, whether it be mainstream, whether it be underground, whether it be drill rappers, how many rappers in the last 3 or 4 years have lost their lives? Do you think that the labels, I'm asking y'all this question, do you think the labels care? When these guys are putting out this drill music and saying these certain things that are triggering fans and people's minds to go out here and crash out and do stupid stuff, right? I want you to think about this now, right? Remember, when Biggie and Tupac got into it, the media sponsored that beef. And the instant Tupac got killed, they tucked their tails and they hid their hands like they had nothing to do with this shit. But they had that beef on every magazine. They had an East Coast versus West Coast beef. They had that, they boosted, they promoted, and the public sponsored that shit. And that's facts. Those are facts. You can go on and look at these other beefs that have gone on recently. Look at all these other artists that have been locked up and facing RICOs, rap artists, for things that are said on track. How much do y'all think the record labels care? We have to ask those questions. Drake is saying that not only was his contract about to be up and he was going to re-up with UMG, but he's saying that they found a way to back this guy who's on they both on UMG, right? Now think about this now. Listen to what I'm saying to y'all, right? And he said they used that. He's alleging that they used that to help tear his thing and his value and his reputation down so that they didn't have to pay him the money he would require in a new deal. But knowing that Drake is probably still going to do numbers, they would have probably gained more money from what Drake is thinking versus what they would have had to dole out from the absolute, savage diss record that Kendrick Lamar put out. So Drake is saying, listen, hey, Kendrick said what he said. It is what it is. I'm not I'm not suing him or nothing like that. I'm saying the label. He's saying the label who both of these guys are on the same UMG, both on UMG, who distribute music, right? UMG, they both distribute these guys' music, right? He's saying that y'all pick sides and y'all did it to ruin me financially. And not only that, it's ruined me as far as it's caused people to come out here and commit violent acts, right? Now, let's get to the next part because they bring Diddy up a couple times. And this is the crazy part, is this is the reason why everybody wants to know why Drake is swinging for the fences. And I'm going to read these next lines, and we're going to talk about the situation where he brings Diddy up. Drake and every effing artist in the world, and I'm going to tell you guys this. I need everybody listening to what I'm saying. If what is going on with Diddy, let me repeat myself again to everybody that's listening. If what is going on to Diddy was not happening, I don't think that Drake would have filed this lawsuit. Let me repeat myself again. But the fact that what's going on with Drake and what's going on with Jay-Z, that these dudes are facing vicious allegations and people are coming out with heavy allegations. Drake feels like that dude said I'm a PDFer and he got the whole world saying this and they're lies. I have to fight for my respect. I cannot allow that to be stated on me because it's ruining my reputation and because it's triggering people to really feel that I am that when that has never been proven in any court of law anywhere. And if I'm walking somewhere, somebody can run up on me and try me because they really believe these allegations. Look at how they're doing Diddy. Look at how they're coming after Jay-Z. These guys are fighting for Jay-Z's fighting for his rep right now because he's under a legal situation. Diddy's fighting for his life because he's been accused of these things. They got documentaries came out tonight. So Drake, he's saying this, and he's going to mention Diddy in this a couple times. We're going to talk about it right now because he see the play. He see what's coming. He see what's coming. Right? Think about it. So it goes on to say that this material has been played billions of times, and its false central message has gone viral via social media, right? Social and legacy media channels in dozens of languages at a minimum, hundreds of millions of people spanning the globe. It's not just rap music fans who now believe that Drake is a certified PDFer. The recording has become ambiguous. UMG uses promotional resources and exclusive licensing rights to place the recording on numerous nationally televised events, including but not limited to award shows, national political events, and more. But billions of plays, and that were not enough for UMG. Over the course of the last several months, UMG has made significant financial investments and leveraged its professional connections. Now, the NFL, this is where that comes in, because everybody was destroying Jay-Z 2 months ago because they said, how in the world did you put Kendrick Lamar? These same people, I want y'all to think about this. This is on the internet. You cannot wipe this away. These same people who were just tearing Jay-Z to shreds 2 months ago because he put Kendrick Lamar on the Super Bowl in New Orleans and not Lil Wayne. Go look at the videos from 2 months ago on YouTube. You couldn't find a YouTuber that wasn't cooking Jay-Z. They all blame Jay-Z. Every last one of them. And said, how dare you didn't put Lil Wayne on there? And you even had music artists coming out doing it too. These are facts. Yeah, you can't say that's a lie. That is documented on YouTube. So Drake is saying in this lawsuit, he's accusing UMG of leveraging its financial investments, professional connections, via sophisticated and highly organized publicity campaigns to arrange for the recording of that song, Not Like Us, to be performed at one of the most significant viewed and cultural events of the year, the Super Bowl. This shit might be deeper than the Carter. Because everybody thought Lil Wayne was going to be at that Super Bowl performance in New Orleans. Everybody was surprised. How in the world did Lil Wayne get taken off that Super Bowl performance? Well, if you listen to Drake, right? And remember, Drake was in a group with Lil Wayne, YMCMB, Young Money, right? If you listen to Drake and what he's alleging that this was a scheme that placed Kendrick Lamar there to get on the big stage of the Super Bowl where this will be seen worldwide, halftime show, where the whole world will see him and be chanting that he is a PDFer. Drake said, no, y'all not going to do that to me. Drake is accusing him of leveraging that check. It says UMG is legally responsible for the release, the publication, and the promotion of the defamatory material. Stop right there. Stop right there. I don't talk hip-hop on my channel, but I'm surgical with this thing, nigga. I told you, you put me anywhere on God green earth, I'll triple my worth, nigga. Let me remind everybody that's listening to this video tonight. When Jay-Z put out Takeover, Nasir Jones, Nasty Nas, he had a track that was called Ether that was going to shake the entire landscape of the rap game. It was so vicious. The track was so vicious. You know what they made Nas do, according to the reports? It was so vicious, that track, they made Nas change the lyrics. The ether that y'all heard reportedly wasn't as crushing as the ether that Nas was going to put out originally. You can look this up. They made Nas change some of those lyrics. Think about it now. They would not let him put out that original ether. Think about it. So they stopped that. But Drake is saying, he didn't even mention that with Nas, but I'm giving you an example. Drake is saying, and how can I be talking too much, Mr. T, and this is called Ticket TV. Sit down and shut the hell up, son. The hell is wrong with you, son? Sit down in time. I'm not going to block you. I'm going to put you in time out. Shut your ass up when daddy's talking, boy. The hell wrong with you? Back to what I was saying, right? That's what Drake is saying. This is what Drake is saying. So Drake is saying UMG is legally responsible for the release, publication, and promotion of the defamatory material, including the foreseeable consequences of the same. UMG's business is to process or possess the exclusive rights to reproduce, distribute, and license music, including over the internet. In other words, it is only with UMG's explicit approval that the defamatory material could have been released in the first instance and later streamed, shared, performed publicly, and exploited by content creators on TikTok and Instagram. You know what this reminds me of? When he talks about the performance, remember, back to the Jay-Z and Nas beef. Nas went and did an interview when Nas was not allowed to go on the Summer Jam, when Nas was not allowed to do his set on Ether because of what he was going to do to Jay-Z on that stage. They shut it down, and they would not allow Nas to do it. And Nas went on the radio and went crazy and said, yo, man, they out here kissing ASS for the radio stations. They didn't let me do my show. Right? Let's keep going. Let's keep going. It says UMG's campaign went well beyond the traditional music company playbook. Indeed, UMG has unleashed every weapon in its arsenal, including on information and belief. Certain practices that are unlawful, and a memorandum to staff reflecting on highlights of 2021, Sir Lucian Grange remarked that it was harder than ever for artists to break through the noise. As for example, 60,000 songs are added to Spotify every day. UMG made sure that Not Like Us broke through that noise. For one, UMG took the unprecedented step, contrary to its internal practices, to remove the recording's copyright restrictions on YouTube and Twitch, thereby whitelisting the recording to ensure content creators would republish it broadly. On information and belief, UMG and its agents further put a thumb on the scale by covertly offering financial incentives to third parties to deceptively stream the recording on streaming platforms. to play the recording on the radio and to otherwise promote and endorse the defamatory material, all without ever publicly disclosing the payments. These actions not only spread and further ingrained the defamatory statements in the minds of the public, but deceive consumers and harm Drake economically. Predictably, millions of people who listened to the recording saw the image in the video believed to be the defamatory material to be true. UMG had previously published Lamar's Euphoria, which was also widely understood to be a target at Drake, and which stated, "Don't tell no lie about me, and I won't tell no truths about you." As voluminous public commentary confirms, the average listener or viewer has understood the defamatory material to reflect the quote-unquote truth rather than art or hyperbole. In other words, of one commentator, now everybody believes that Drake loves touching the youngins. It says UMG's greed yielded real-world consequences. As described above, it was just 3 days after UMG originally published and recorded the image that Drake was targeted at his Toronto house by armed intruders in the 2024 equivalent of Pizzagate. The online response was similarly violent and hateful. Diddy's name comes in it right now. Listen up. An avalanche of online hate speech has branded Drake as a sex offender and a PDFer, right? Hey, Kazzy, I know I can read one thing. Get off your knees. Hold on. Get off your knees, Kazzy. I know I can read that. Hold on. Let me make sure I get you out of here. I don't know why my junk going crazy. Let me make sure I get you out of here. Yeah, you gone. Get out of here. Oh, no, my bad. I blocked the wrong one. Let me get Kazzy up out of here. My bad. Somebody unblock Vinny. Unblock Vinny Jackson. I want to get Kazzy up out of here. Get her up out of here. It says an avalanche of online hate speech has branded Drake as a sex offender and a PDFer, right? Now watch this, y'all. Among other epithets, public commentary has repeated the false claims that Drake is a PDFer and a sexual abuser on the level of Harvey Weinstein, Sean Diddy Combs, and Jeffrey Epstein, who traffics MINORSs and blanks and harbors convicted sex offenders in his Toronto home. In direct response to UMG's publications, social media users called for the FBI to come at this point and for Drake to be locked up behind bars. I expect Drake to come after those content creators too. It's a couple that said this stuff. They better have evidence. It says the mob-like response to the recording that Kendrick Lamar put out continues to unfold on and offline. Recently, flyers were plastered all over Toronto with a photo of Drake and a Canadian YouTuber who was sentenced to 3 years in prison for sexual assault with the words, "Canadian sex predators gotta stick together." And this is the photo that Drake put in the lawsuit that he said that they posted in Toronto that tried to label him a PDFer, which he thoroughly and vigorously has denied. But Diddy's name comes up again in this lawsuit with palpable physical threat to Drake's safety and the bombardment of online harassment. Drake fears for the safety and security of himself, his family, and his friends after the attacks on his home. Drake pulled his own son out of the elementary school he attended in Toronto due to safety concerns. And once school ended for the summer, Drake arranged for his son and mother to leave Toronto entirely. Day to day, Drake continues to take steps to address persistent threats to his security. The violence and vitriol directed at Drake was foreseeable. The recording falsely accused Drake of one of the most vile behaviors imaginable. The explicitity calls for the retaliatory violence and retribution against him. The false PDF allegation is devastatingly effective method of assassinating someone's character online. When spread virally, the accusation can destroy an individual's reputation and brand in a matter of days. As one expert on the conspiracy theories has explained, there's always been a certain amount of salaciousness in these conspiracy theories. And if it involves youngins, people immediately just lose their mind, even if these youngins don't exist. If you just put a suggestion out there, it grabs a hold in a way that is difficult to dislodge. Now listen up, because this is where Diddy comes into it again. UMG understands just how dangerous these kind of false allegations are. Indeed, when it comes to allegations against UMG and its executives, they have not hesitated to take legal action against their accusers. Just last year, UMG and Sir Garange were accused, in their words, without the slightest factual basis of aiding and abetting Sean P. Diddy Combs in criminal sexual acts. Let me put that on the screen for y'all. We got to put this on the screen because see, Drake went in. Let me put this on the screen. I think y'all need to see this because this is why I said it's always important to don't just go with a narrative. Read the paperwork. I always read the paperwork. I'm going to put this on the screen right now. I always read the paperwork. When I saw Diddy in this, I said, I'll be damned. Drake went all the way. He went all the way with this. Let me put this on the screen because I think this is worthy of everybody seeing what the hell I'm talking about right here. I think this is worthy of it. So I'm going to put this on the screen so y'all to see I didn't make this up. This is in the lawsuit. Let me put this on the screen right now. Put this on the screen right now. Here we go. Right here. Let's read that line right there again, y'all. Right there. Right there. Yeah, that's right. Let's read that line again. Read that line again. I'm not reading it wrong, sir. I'm reading it right. Once again, number 19. Look on your screen. That's why I put the paperwork on the screen. So you can't say I'm reading it wrong, sir. Number 19. This is Drake. And I'm just reading what Drake wrote in the lawsuit. UMG understands just how dangerous these kind of false allegations are. Indeed, when it comes to allegations against UMG and its executives, they have not hesitated to take legal action against their accusers. Just last year, UMG and Sir Garange were accused, in their words, without the slightest evidence of factual basis, of aiding and abetting Sean P. Diddy Combs in criminal sexual acts. Moving to dismiss the complaint against them, UMG and Sir Garange argued that the accusations were offensively false allegations of criminal behavior that would be libelous per se if not contained within a legal filing. Sir Grange called the allegations against him knowingly and maliciously false and defamatory. Sir Grange also explained that a single lie can destroy a reputation of integrity, and while it takes years to build a reputation, it can be ruined in 5 minutes. Thus recognizing that false allegations against him might interfere with his efforts to lead an honorable, personal, and professional life. Sir Grange promised to pursue those that have made these outrageous allegations against him. Drake used Diddy and the allegations that Diddy is facing. All the allegations Diddy is facing, Drake used against UMG in his own lawsuit against them, because he said that UMG did not bat an eye to defend their reputation when they were accused of illegal sex acts with Sean Diddy Combs. It's right there on the screen. Right there on the screen. Right? It keeps going. It says, in stark contrast, when Drake confronted UMG about its role in promoting allegations of sexual misconduct lacking the slightest factual basis against him, UMG refused to do anything to help him. Instead, UMG continued to republish and promote the defamatory material. Even after Drake had unequivocally denied the allegations in public and had communicated that in private to UMG. Drake informed UMG of the tangible harm that the publication and promotion of the recording had caused him, including violence, threats, reputational and financial damage, and more. Yet UMG still chose money over the safety and well-being of its artists, notwithstanding its public commitment to quote-unquote behaving honorably and with honesty and setting the right tone in all that we do. And let me keep going. So Drake said not only did he approach UMG about these false allegations against him, he's saying that UMG didn't care. They still ran this situation, even though he approached them and told them that not only were these allegations not true, and Drake used the situation that's going on with Sean P. Diddy Combs and how Lucian Grange had been, and UMG had been accused, you see it right there on your screen, of aiding and abetting Sean P. Diddy Combs in criminal sexual acts. Drake says they didn't bat an eye to stand up for their innocence. So when somebody calls me a PDFer and the whole world is saying this, why can't I stand up for mine? And also Drake is saying that because Kendrick and they ran that graphic on top of his house with all of those little things that made it seem like he was a offender, a sex offender. And that was one of the most vile things you could ever be called. He said that his life is being put in danger in all different aspects because everybody hates somebody who's been accused of being a sex offender. So Drake is basically saying that this isn't even just against Kendrick Lamar. The fact that they ran this is what Drake is saying and promoted and pushed this to the world. Now I'm beefing with people I don't even know. I can get hit by anybody because they could just be feeling like, okay, what he's saying is true, and I can get a guy up out of here just based off that. So Drake's saying that he got issues with the security and getting security, right? Because of this situation. But he says that UMG, they were just recently accused of aiding and abetting in criminal sex acts with Diddy, but they didn't bat an eye to stand up for their innocence. So why should he? Right? Let's keep going. He says, with his own record label having waged a campaign against him and refusing to address this as a business matter, Drake has been left with no choice but to seek legal redress against UMG. UMG may spin this complaint as a rap beef gone legal, but this lawsuit is not about a war of words between the artist, him and Kendrick Lamar. This lawsuit involves no claims against Kendrick Lamar or any other artist. Instead, it's about UMG, the publisher and exclusive right holder of Lamar's music, as well as Drake's, and its malicious decision to publish and promote through covert means false allegations about Drake that UMG knew were false, explosive, inflammatory, and certain to result in both vitriol and substantial harm to Drake's reputation. Notwithstanding a relationship spanning more than a decade, UMG intentionally sought to turn Drake into a pariah, a target for harassment, or worse. UMG did so not because it believes any of these false claims to be true, but instead because it would profit from damaging Drake's reputation. Drake thus brings this action to hold UMG responsible for the actual and foreseeable harm he has suffered and will continue to suffer because UMG's choice to elevate profits over the well-being of his artists and music-consuming public. Now, this is where I have to tell everybody listening to this video, you guys cannot be biased. You know why? Because when every rapper get killed, people come out complaining about the labels and them allowing the rappers to push this music and the labels promoting the music, pushing the music that is not only glorifying violence, not only glorifying death, not only glorifying destruction. You have a whole state, you have a whole city of people that's going through a damn near war because of the drill music that's going on, where cats is getting dropped every day based off their lyrics and what's being said in their rhymes. These are facts. These are facts, right? But Drake is saying the fact that you see what's going on with Diddy and how they're just, bro, listen, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, and let's just say this right now, and I want everybody to understand this. I want y'all to think about this. Whether you think Diddy's innocent or guilty, if Diddy were to walk down the street right now by himself, it wouldn't be safe. He would have to have security with all the allegations he got against him. He would have, bro, let me tell y'all something. I really want y'all to understand this, because when you have been accused of the things he's been accused of, bro, some people look at that worse than murder. When you go to prison, they look at that, you being a PDFer, worse than you being a murderer. These are facts. These are all facts. Because now the public has taken this stuff into their own hands. The rappers now are living their raps. They ain't just leaving it on wax no more. The era we came from, it could be Jadakiss being all these dudes go through hellacious battles, say the craziest stuff about each other. But let us see another day. It didn't go all the way to that point. But now, in the era we live in now, these boys don't want to go see each other with them hands. They don't want that squabble. The era we living in now, they picking up guns and they killing you on sight. Any violation can get you smoked instantly. Anybody that says that you are a let me tell y'all something. I'm telling y'all right now, it's damn near impossible to be walking around here, somebody calling you a PDFer out here. With the way these people, because you have somebody who really passionate about that just go do it just cause. So now Drake is saying, look, bro, I don't even know which direction it might come from. because everybody think this shit is true. And if I don't say nothing, they're going to say it is true. That's what Drake is thinking. That's what Drake is thinking, right? Now, to the person that says, what if he is? Well, guess what, sir? Where's the paperwork? Where's the lawsuit? Where's the criminal report? Where's it at? Let me ask y'all a question. Since Young Dolph passed away, all of his music, who does that money go to? All of the music that's still being streamed, where does that money go to? I'm just asking. All the other brothers and sisters that have lost their lives in the music industry, that's still selling records today, where does all the money go to? The proceeds, the money that they earn off those records. Where does it go to? Where does it go to? Right? Right? So when you think about it, you understand what I'm saying? When you think about it, if you ask me, rap for rap, Kendrick Lamar won. He won the battle. It's not even a question. Kendrick Lamar won. Forget the label being involved. I don't even want to get into that. Kendrick Lamar won. They had a rap battle. Kendrick Lamar won that rap battle, right? He won the rap battle, right? But Drake is saying that this went more serious than just a rap battle. He is saying that this went more serious because he is saying that the allegations that's being launched against him not only are false, but have grave consequences in the era and the life that we live in. Because anybody that's labeled as a PDFer, bro, anybody gonna get you up out of here. Especially if it's not true. Right? So again, you can go to prison and you're more liable to get something done to you if you a PDFer versus if you a murderer. Think about that. Think about that. Right? I want y'all to really think about that. Right? Right? So this was an 81-page writing. Right? 81-page writing. And Drake is saying, look, man, he's accused. Now, UMG responded, and UMG said they would never put Drake in this type of position, that, you know, the allegations are not true. And Drake actually put images in the lawsuit of, you know, the things that he's saying that was posted on Google, Apple, Amazon, Spotify. He put pictures in the lawsuit. He attached pictures to the lawsuit of where they actually put his house up there. You know what I'm saying? Is what he did, right? Right? And so the pictures he put, and it was serious because he said that not only did Kendrick Lamar do the hopscotch, like, you know, the PDFer is, you know, y'all know what it is when you messing with them youngins. All right? That's the shortened word of it. That's what we say. We don't say the whole word. Then when the reason why Drake was, and see, this goes to the whole situation with Drake and LeBron James. Because now I'm going to show y'all on the screen what Drake was talking about. I'm going to show you guys on the screen, right, what Drake is talking about right here. See, Drake is telling y'all that not only that, he said the video that they pushed and published and promoted also promoted things that he had no parts of, which is they was dancing in front of the containers, which is why he fell out with DeMar DeRozan, because he said DeRozan was in that video, which is why he fell out with LeBron, because LeBron James was at the concert dancing, singing a song, and all that stuff that's supposed to be a friend. When you're the guy like LeBron James, you play the cut. You neutral. You see what Steph Curry, everybody talk about Steph Curry. You see what Steph Curry did. Steph Curry said, bro, look, man, I don't care what none of these people say. I don't work off public image. If you my homie, bro, and I know we cool, bro, I'm not finna let no public image sway me. A lot of people roll with waves. They roll with whatever the wave is. They ain't solid. You will find out who your real friends are when you go through adversity. Let me tell everybody in this comment section right now, you're never going to find out who your real friends are when you're going through good times, because they're always going to be there. It's always going to be cool. You're going to find out who your real friends are, who the real people support you are, when you're going through that adversity, right? And the person said, you see why I'm for Drake. I never said I'm for Drake. I'm just reading you the lawsuit and telling you why Drake is saying what he's saying. Matter of fact, let me put this on the screen, because he put this in the lawsuit. He put this in the lawsuit. Now you see that right there in the lawsuit? He's saying that those images right there in the lawsuit depicted lies that were ran about his name and that have made people think that he is a dude who basically, you see what Lamar's dancing in front of? Containers. You see what he's dancing on top of? Hopscotch. Who danced on top of hopscotch? What do they allege that certain people who are criminals do with containers? Now it's making sense. Then he put this in the lawsuit right here. It says that it shows Lamar beating an owl-shaped pinata with a bat. During this scene, the caption appears at the bottom of the video and states, disclaimer, no OV holes were harmed during the making of this video. He's basically saying that these images are going to trigger people, right? Right? Y'all see what's going on? He tagged a lot of things in this lawsuit, right? He tagged a lot of things in this lawsuit. A lot more things that I'm going to tag in here, right? He tagged a lot of stuff, bro. Bro, this man got 81 pages in here of just things he's tagged and all this other stuff, photos, different things that he's put into evidence that he's tagged in this lawsuit. This lawsuit's 81 pages. And I'm not going to read this whole damn lawsuit. It's too long. I'm not reading no 81 pages. I'd be here all night. Right? He also put YouTube creators up here. Right? And he also exposed or said how, let me say this again. He also said how YouTube creators were not getting strikes for playing that full song. Normally, you can't play any full track on YouTube. Any full track. But he is saying that they allowed the full tracks of this song to be played with all of these content creators, and he put them up here. The Cartier family, whose YouTube channel has 1.44 million subscribers, posted a video depicting the image and reusing the recording. As of the date of this filing, the video has 2 million views. He also put a Twitch streamer, RDC Gaming, posted his reaction by depicting this image and using the recording. As of the date, the filing, this video has over 4.5 million views with the picture of his house with all those icons on top of it. Then he put Twitch streamer Kai Sennett posted a 20-minute video of his reaction to the recording on his YouTube channel, which has 11.6 million subscribers. The video's thumbnail depicts the image. As of the date of this filing, the video has over 9 million views. Right? Drake is saying that they, for the first time, whitelisted those audio and let content creators big content creators who are responding play the entire tracks, which normally you will get your channel flagged if you play that. Right? He also, in this lawsuit, put multiple uh, comments of where one user wrote, Drake has more than 800,000 dislikes on that song because everybody believes he loves touching MINORSs because we have the evidence everywhere. He also put, right, the other comments of people who are putting, I love this song. We would have never known Drake is a whole PDFer if this information wasn't exposed. Kendrick just exposed Drake of running with PDFers and offenders. I don't think Kendrick is dumb to make false accusations. I don't want us to assume without proof, but shit ain't looking good for Drake. Like, I feel like he's still holding some ish back, and I ain't saying everything he knows about Drake. He says he ain't saying everything he knows about Drake, right? Right? So these are the things. And let me tell y'all something. Again, him referencing Diddy is showing y'all they taking that Diddy stuff serious, bro. Then he showed a picture of where somebody put online the big three and put him up there with Weinstein and Epstein and put his picture up there with a fake police thing, right? Right? He showed that, right? Right? Then he showed why people were putting in applications of Uber and Lyft, they were updating the edited addresses to read Drizzy touches you know what, Drizzy's blank time chamber, and a MINO you know what, right? Right. Now, here's the thing. The difference is, and I'm going to say this again to everybody that's listening to this video. Here's the difference. The era that we grew up in, bro, I grew up in, you could battle, and that was, bro, you could battle, and that was between them rappers, bro. Because after, let me tell y'all something. After Pac died and after Big died, everybody got serious, man. It slowed down. The guys who was rapping, they had beef, you know, they left it on wax for years. But then you got this new era where dudes didn't want that. They didn't want to stand on business like that with their hands. They'd rather pull out a gun. So anything that was said on these tracks, now it could be instant death. Instant death. Accusations being made about a person that's widely spread, that's famous, devastating accusations of calling somebody a PDFer. You know what that can do to that person? If people really believe that, somebody might really want to take it there with you. Think about that. So that goes outside of the battle rap now because of the era that we live in with social media and all of these other things that have helped the fans and flame these things and promote these things. Let me tell y'all something, bro, and I thought about this the other day. If Pac and Big lived in this era, bro, they wouldn't even live as long as they did. There ain't no way in hell. If Pac and Big lived in the era of Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, the way people like pumping shit up, man, both of them dudes would have already, it wouldn't even went that far. They wouldn't even have been able to live as long as they did. I'm telling y'all this because of how the people would have kept fanning the flames. This is what the people do now. This is what people do online. People want to see people get canceled. I see it all the time. I see people in the comments section say, yo, when you gonna stand on business? When you gonna slide? You got to go slide for something. They're promoting this online. Remember what I said? They're promoting this online, right? Promoting this, right? Listen what I'm saying. Listen what I'm saying now, right? 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 Y'all understand this? So this is what they're saying, right? This is what they're saying. And I'm just telling y'all what's going on. I'm telling y'all what's going on. Remember back to Nas' situation. I'm going to say it again. When Nas was beefing with Jay-Z, right? Remember that. Remember when Nas wanted to do his performance on stage? Remember that? Remember when Nas went off on the radio? Right? Remember? I never forget that interview when Nas dissed Hot 97. I'll let you guys remember this.
To do the summer jam, I was begged to come to Hot 97 because I had.
So this is what I'm talking about. When they didn't want, when somebody doesn't want you to put something out there from your company, your label, they can shut you down, is what Nas was saying. Remember this. This was Nas and Jay-Z, and one of the most lethal battles of all time. And Nas wanted to go to Summer Jam, and he was gonna do Ether, and he was gonna do this big scene at Summer Jam that was gonna destroy Jay-Z. And they told him he couldn't do it. And Nas went to the radio, and this is what Nas said.
I was told and begged to do the summer jam. I was begged to come to Hot 97 because I had a hot new record that nobody wanted to support except for the streets. And it was told to come there and save Angie Martinez's job. And I was told to come there and help the ratings at Hot 97 by Flex, you know, and the rest of the crew over there. But I'm here to let my people know, you know what I'm saying? All my hip hop community people know that I was dissed this morning by Hot 97 and told that what I couldn't do on the show, which is really outrageous. It really shows that the wrong people are in power. You know, this hip hop thing comes from the streets. We need our freedom. If y'all ain't gonna go for this fight for y'all freedom, y'all gonna be like them sucker artists that just go up to the radio station and kiss ASS just to get some airtime, or just suck Flex or suck Clue in them, trying to get on their best side so they can play your record. Come on, man. Take hip-hop back into your own hands, man. Throw a party in the streets for free. You know, make it safe, man. Hire the Nation of Islam or somebody to protect it. It's time that we take it back into our hands, because when it's being held in bondage and slavery, it's really a big smack in the face to hip-hop and all the people who love it, man. You know what I'm saying? You're going to tell Nas, me, myself, what I cannot do on a Summer Jam stage when it's been done. The same acts have been done
4 or 5 years in a row.
4 or 5 years in a row, and last year it happened to be the diss was toward me by Jay, and he was all high and mighty.
Right.
Then I dropped the Ether Napalm Bomb, and the whole crew was running like roaches, and now you got this station over there crying because he lost. Unanimous decision, he lost. And they played his records like he was dead, like it was a Jay-Z memorial. You know, not saying he was, don't get me wrong, y'all. Not wishing that on any man. And that's my brother, but I'm saying
You're just looking for a fair play.
and it's really out of hand, y'all. I'm not going for it. It's not going to happen. It is just a perfect opportunity. You have the alternative to choose any radio station you want to choose. And Power 105 plays everything, old school.
So Nas was basically saying, at that time, look, you got to take it back in our own hands. He said, because they stopped me, I was trying to do the same thing they was doing to me. They stopped me. I never forget that interview when Esco went on the radio and did that. He said, they stopped me. Right? That's what he said. So, I mean, you take it as you want. Now, UMG, they came out and they have their response to Drake, right? And I'm going to tell y'all something. I want everybody to say this, and I want everybody to understand what I'm saying to y'all right now. I personally think that 10 years from now, nobody's going to care about this. Everybody's going to be over this, and I think Drake and Kendrick Lamar are going to be cool again. Remember, Drake took Kendrick Lamar on tour. People forgot that. Drake took Kendrick Lamar on tour when Drake was popping. Drake took Kendrick Lamar on tour. Kendrick Lamar went on tour with Drake when Drake was popping. I think in 10 years, they look at this thing back like a Nas Jay-Z situation. They sitting somewhere, you know, sipping on a drink like, yo, that was crazy that we did that we went through that. That's what I personally believe. I don't think it's at that level with them two. I don't. Because nothing went and got more personal what Nas and Jay-Z got. Nas and Jay-Z got the most personal you could ever get. But 10 years later, they was able to sit down, be cool, and even do music together. So I do think 10, 15 years from now, when dudes get older, more mature, when you get older, you get wisdom to you. You understand what I'm saying? You stop caring about dumb stuff that happened in the past. You know what I mean? Only knuckleheads don't mature in life as they get older. You feel what I'm saying? So as I said to you guys, I think 10, 15 years from now, y'all will look back and we'll remember this as a situation they was really going at it. But I think it'd be one where Drake and Kendrick Lamar, you understand, piece it up. I think Kendrick Lamar had the better diss record. I can't front. I think Kendrick Lamar had the better diss record. Period. I think he won this one. Straight up. I don't even think anybody can question that. I don't think Drake is questioning that. I think Drake is saying something different. You know? I think Drake is looking at this more so of his reputation and his money. That's what I think Drake is looking like. And to the person who said Drake just off hip-hop, pack it up, hip-hop been gone. Nas said it back in the day. Hip-hop just died this morning, and she's dead. She's dead. The bigger the cat, the bigger the pill, and come through in something ill, missing the ceiling. Nas already told y'all this. Go listen to Nas' full album. Hip-hop is dead. Nas said, my ninjas got scarred grills, scully hats, bully. It's called the East Coast Cartel, right? Telling you guys this. Right? Go listen to that whole album, man. That album was fire Nas put out. But again, like I said, you know, you got to just know the history of hip-hop. So again, y'all let me know what y'all think. You know, and Kendrick Lamar, like I said, he always could rap. That ain't no questions about the West Coast boy. Kendrick Lamar got bars for days. You understand? These are facts. I never forget when I first started liking Kendrick Lamar. First track I liked from Kendrick Lamar when he was featured on the MMG track. He was at the end of the track, Power Circle. Go listen to that. His verse, he had the last verse. His verse was crazy. I was like, yo, who was this cat? Then I heard the game just keep talking about him. I'm like, yo, this nigga can spit. MMG track, Power Circle. He the last one on that track, on the MMG album. Go listen to that song, Power Circle, MMG. Go listen to Kendrick verse. That's the first time I heard Kendrick Lamar. I was like, yo, this dude right here, he a monster on the West Coast. And then I heard the game and them just keep pushing this, like boosting them up, you know, talking, like bigging them up. And then every mixtape I heard Kendrick Lamar on, yo, he was killing that shit, bro. So yeah, man. And I was liking him on the features and stuff more than I was liking his albums at first. You know. So yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think. UMG came out and said that you know, Drake's lawsuit is illogical. Now UMG came out and they put out a statement and they said not only are these claims untrue, but the notion that we would seek to harm the reputation of any artist, let alone Drake, is illogical, a UMG spokesperson said in part. We have invested massively in his music, and our employees around the world have worked tirelessly for many years to help him achieve historic commercial and personal financial success. Throughout his career, Drake has intentionally and successfully used UMG to distribute his music and poetry, to engage in conventionally outrageous back and forth rap battles, to express his feelings about other artists. He now seeks to weaponize the legal process to silence an artist's creative expression and to seek damages from UMG for distributing that artist's music. They also added, we have not and do not engage in defamation against any individual. At the same time, we will vigorously defend this litigation to protect our people and our reputation, as well as any artist who might directly or indirectly become a frivolous litigation target for having nothing more than nothing more than write a song. So UMG is like I said, they're defending themselves. We're gonna see what happens, right? We're gonna see what happens, man. This is gonna be one for the ages. But it was crazy how Diddy's name got mentioned in this a few times. You know what I'm saying? But Drake ain't trying to be on that Diddy time, bro. I try to tell y'all, these people seeing what happened with Diddy, they said, "Oh hell no, you ain't finna put my name on that." Nah, we finna get them lawyers out, all kind of shit. You're not finna put my name down because everybody see what's going on with Diddy, and they're watching what they trying to do to Jay-Z right now. They see it. All these rappers see it. You watch. Anybody say something, any other rapper come out like this, they start doing it, he gonna go get them lawyers. Because of what they're seeing right now going on with Diddy and Jay-Z, they not trying to get that. They not trying to get that smoke. I guarantee you they ain't looking for that smoke. So y'all let me know what y'all feel. Let me know what y'all think. Like, share, subscribe. Appreciate all y'all for tapping in, man. I know Diddy gonna be like, damn, how I get in this lawsuit? How my name get mentioned in this? Y'all let me know what y'all feel, man. I'm gone. All right, you guys. So we appreciate everybody that popped in, supported this video. Make sure that you guys shop our merch. We got that new A-Weapons merchandise right there below this video. All you got to do is look below. The links will be pinned at the top of the comment section as well to get the merch, to donate, support the channel, and subscribe to our podcast show. You'll see all those links pinned at the top of the comment section of this video. And we appreciate everybody that supports this channel and our networks. Also, that straight drop weight loss formula. Go to the website. You guys will see that. A link for that will be pinned at the top of the comment section as well. Go right there for all of your weight loss needs. Straight drop weight loss formula. We have a lot of testimonials on the website. You can go to www.str-8-drop.com and get you some of the weight loss formula today. Take your weight loss serious. Get in the gym, work out, exercise, and do what you got to do. Stay on point. We appreciate everybody that's been locked into this video. Again, all the links are pinned at the top of the comment section below. Salute to all of y'all. And again, we appreciate everybody who support what we doing over here.